Do you know your cadence? Well, whatever it is, you would benefit from even a small, modest increase. Welcome to the Ageless Runner. I'm Ralph. So cadence, of course, is steps or strides per minute. And if you've done any reading or research in the running field, you've heard this magic 180 number, 180 steps per minute. They said that's kind of the ideal number for runners. Now, if you don't know the history of that came about from a study a running coach by the name of Jack Daniels, unrelated to the whiskey, did of runners in the 1984 Olympics. He found that these elite runners ran between 180 and 200 steps per minute. So again, pay attention to what I said there. These are elite Olympic runners. That doesn't mean 180 is right for you. We're runners of all different sizes, shapes, stride lengths and lengths of legs and feet and designs and so forth. Doesn't mean 180 is right for you. However, you could still benefit from an increase in cadence. So there are several things that happen when we increase our cadence. The first is it naturally shortens up our stride a little bit. And when we do that, we're less likely to heel strike. We're more likely to land on our midfoot, and we're more likely to have our foot land in the center of our body. What this does for us is reduce the forces on our knees and hips. In fact, a couple of studies out of the University of Wisconsin, done about a dozen years ago, said that as little as a 5 to 10% increase in cadence is enough to reduce forces and reduce the risk of injury from running. Now, another benefit from a higher cadence is it reduces the amount of time our feet are in contact with the pavement. In other words, we're turning them over faster. That decreased contact time reduces braking force, reduces energy loss, and kind of eliminates a lot of this vertical oscillation. All those translate into more efficient running. More of your energy is going to moving you forward than holding you back. And lastly, when we're focusing on and increasing our cadence, it naturally helps our form because we're focusing on what we're doing, and also helps us get into a rhythm. That rhythm will help us as we do long runs in maintaining our pace. So lots of benefits from increasing our cadence, even a modest amount. So to improve our cadence, we need to know where we're starting. So on your next run, I want you to set a 30-second timer and get into your run, get in your normal rhythm. Don't do anything different, don't try to change it. Start your 30-second timer and count your steps. And when you're done, multiply that by 2, that's your cadence. I want you to do that 2 more times, kind of in the middle of your run and towards the end of your run. So you have 3 cadence values, average those. That's your cadence today. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, please scroll down, hit that like icon. Those likes help me grow. Let's grow, baby. Now, next thing I want you to do is go out and get a Metronome app for your watch or your phone. There's lots of them out there. I have no particular recommendation. Just find one that you like, that works for you. You need to be able to adjust it, which makes it a metronome, and it'll beep on every count. Then on your next run, I want you to set up 5% higher than your average cadence that you measured in your trial run. So for example, if your average cadence was 150 steps per minute, you would set this metronome to beep at approximately 157 to 158 beats per minute, which for you will be steps per minute. Do your run, do several runs at that. You should run at that 5% higher value for enough runs to where that higher cadence feels natural to you, feels comfortable. In fact, you should get to the point where you don't need a metronome, it's just natural now. Then once you get to that point, set another 5% higher. So I take my 157, bump it up to what, 165, and start doing my runs at 165. And again, keep doing the runs like that until you get comfortable to where you don't need the metronome to run at that cadence. And then if you want to continue on, bump it up another 5%. You can go up more than 5% if you want. 10% would be the max. You don't want to jump up too big, but keep doing those 5% increments until you get to a level that feels really comfortable for you, and you don't want to go any higher. When it feels easy, if you feel like if I went any higher it'd feel uncomfortable for me, or I feel like I'm going to work too hard to do this, then stop. And again, any increase in cadence is going to be a benefit. It's going to help you. I know all of you are runners, and somebody's out there thinking, well, Ralph, I need a target, I need a goal. What should I shoot for, man? Give me a target. If you must have a goal and you feel like you want to shoot for something, shoot for like 170. That's below the 180. You can go for 180, you can go for 190, whatever you want. But if you must have a goal, shoot for 170, but you don't need to be 170. If you increase your cadence by, 10, 15, even 5%, you're going to reap benefits from that. A couple weeks ago, I decided I would check my cadence. I haven't checked it maybe in 2 years. So I set my metronome at 180 because I used to run around 180. And oh my gosh, that was way too fast. My cadence had fallen off, unbeknownst to me. I just deteriorated, I didn't realize it. So I'm starting back up to my cadence. I'm doing about 174 right now. And I did a long run a couple of days ago at 174. And when you get your cadence up, I find the runs easier. It's easier to maintain the rhythm, easier to maintain the run. Just feels a little more steady, a little more natural. So once you get at a cadence that you like, a higher cadence that you like, you don't need to use your metronome every run, but do check yourself periodically. Don't wait 2 years like I did. Get out, check it once a week, or even every run, but just run it for a couple of minutes, but check yourself periodically to make sure you maintain that cadence. Now, one little tip for you that I like to do, I find it sometimes very challenging to have, a metronome going at 175 or 176 steps per minute and timing each foot. It's like I really got to concentrate. So what I do often, and in fact I do almost all the time now, I'll cut that in half. So rather than setting my metronome at 174, I'll set it at 87, that's half. And then I'll just time the beats to 1 foot. So it'll be every left foot, left, 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 and not try and do both feet at a higher cadence. That works better for me, just passing along a suggestion. That may help you also. So I hope you found this video informative. Again, small increases in cadence can reap benefits to you as a runner. I gave you some suggestions on how to do that. If you liked this video and you enjoyed this video, please scroll down and hit the like icon. Those likes really help my channel. And if you're new here, boy, I'd just be so joyful if you would stick around and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much and happy running.